Hi, welcome to our channel and welcome to the first episode of our renovation journey. We're Adam and Charlotte, and not forgetting Stanley, our Springer Spaniel. We're just about to start our second renovation project of a 4-bed detached house on the outskirts of Peachtree. We've got a bit of a thing for old properties that need some TLC and modernising. While this one hasn't got a stair lift, it's got some interesting and worrying features. We hope you'll follow us on our journey turning this house into our dream home.
So let's start outside and give you a little perspective of what we've actually purchased. It's a project, but yeah, I mean, this was built in the 1960s. It was part of, I think at the time, the largest residential property development, so certainly across Europe for sure, but yeah, a
few corners were definitely cut when they were building these properties. A lot of it is very questionable. We didn't have a survey. Recommend 100% you should get a survey,
definitely get a survey.
There is so many things that we have found hidden that are probably going to cost us thousands to remedy. I definitely had the vision of what it could look like. I just want to say, for this next bit, we did see it in the snow. We didn't even notice this bit. I think if we had, alarm bells would have sounded.
Okay, so as Charlotte said, we saw this in the snow. We didn't fully see this. Have you ever seen anything quite like it in your life? This is cladding. It's not actually brick, but there are bricks above, behind it, that make up the wall, and all of that is sat on a rotting windowsill. Now you'll see when we get inside it is causing a few issues. Thankfully we had the structural engineer around this week. He has given us a lot of reassurances and the ways that we can rectify it, but this is definitely going to be one of the main projects that we have to tackle. This is crumbling, parts of it are falling off higher up. It's a little bit worrying.
So now we're on the back of the house, and this I think is the most hilarious part. I don't know who designed this, but they're off the nut. So the top window up there is like, that wouldn't even meet building regulations anymore. It's too small, so you can't actually get out, it's not deemed as a fire escape. Then we've got the next window, which is our bedroom window at the moment. That one's pretty normal actually. I can see why that's there. And then moving downstairs, we've got the kitchen window, which again looks at a normal height until you see the dining room door, which is lower. Then the garage door, which is even lower. And then the garage window, which is on the ceiling. I've just got no idea what on earth they were thinking doing this. But this is going to be one thing that we have to tackle to make the back of the house look good. So as you come in through the front door, we come straight into the hall, and the first door here is the downstairs toilet. It's a bit unfortunate how it's placed, but this is my most hated room in the house. Not only does it have a brown pattern carpet, it also is in the garage, so it's so cold. So we just keep the door shut and pretend it doesn't exist. And then we come through into a really nice hallway actually. In my opinion it is a bit of a waste of space. We are reconfiguring this area. And then we've got this beautiful double glass that features throughout the house. And then we're into the living room. And the main thing in this room that I think will catch your eye is the peach coloured carpet. Now this really is a 70s special, and I probably shouldn't admit, but I am starting to buy quite a few rust and peach coloured clothes. I am starting to blend in with this house, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. But we got like loads of furniture left for us as well, and my favourite piece is this bar cart. I mean, it needs a bit of TLC, like the wheels need changing, and I definitely need to do something about this wooden laminate finish. But I love it. I always wanted a bar cart in our old house, and I got one here, and we have the space for it. My co-presenter with me now, Stanley. You like to be shot, don't you? And then we've got the fireplace, and again this is definitely a 70s special. We had it in our old house as well, this kind of brick finish cladding around the fireplace and mantle. I mean, again, very bizarre, like what's this about? This is just like plastic, and then this is an electric fireplace that isn't actually plugged in, it's just got this cable that just reaches around to the plug socket. Also been left the light fittings. This reminds me of when we went to New York and you've got like the Statue of Liberty stood holding a torch. They're like my little like Statue of Liberty torch ones. Again, it's one of them things that I'm a bit like loath to get rid of, but they're not my kind of thing. So as Adam was saying outside, this is the other side of the rotten windowsill. which, as you can see, is starting to cause some structural issues with the failing lintel as it's starting to sink. So all of this is just complete stud work. It's not actually brick, so there's nothing holding this massive window up.
Right, so now let's go through into the kitchen. So as you can see already, the main difference is we've gone from peach to brown. This kitchen is fully original, and we even know the guy who used to live in here as a child when it was first built, and this is the original kitchen, so it hasn't been changed for 50 years. It's got some really quirky features. The first one is these like church pews. We don't really use them very often, but I really like them. It's his favourite place to sit. It's a perfect lunch date, if you ask me. And then we've got some other quirky little features. We've got a telephone here. All this stuff I really like and I want to keep it. So yeah, we definitely will, and it'll probably be mounted in the same space when the kitchen's extended. But yeah, I love that bit. Everything else is pretty bog standard. We moved in with it like this. Again, we've still got some of the original furniture that was left, but this is the best feature of the house. And if you've got one or seen one before, I want to know about it, because no one that we've shown it to has seen anything like this before, and I definitely haven't. So there's a little switch down here. It needs a bit of WD-40, but I just don't know what to do with it. I'm that scared of things getting trapped because it's all encased, that if anything falls, it's just going to be jammed. But if you've got one or seen one, what do they use it for? Have you upcycled it? Because again, I do want to keep this kind of stuff. It's so quirky and I love it. So any ideas, leave me a comment below. I need some inspo on this one. That was probably really fancy back in the day.
Okay, so let's go through into the dining room now. This is the golden room. It's a bit of everything in here, to be fair, at the minute. We do have a dining table in here. This came from the old house. It's very small in comparison to where we had it before, and it does feel small. But we've got our designs plastered up. This is for the builders. As we've been going through getting the quotes, they've been working out where things are going to move. But it's definitely a bit of everything. Charlotte's got all the gym gear. And interior design bits. You've been making things for Christmas. So we've got an extension. I don't think Charlotte's mentioned this yet, but the entire back of the house is extended. And it's had its moments, as you can probably see just up here. We've had a leak in the past. It's not leaking now, it definitely doesn't feel damp, but it certainly needs rectifying. But however, that steel was part of this piece in here and in the kitchen. I don't think there's steel in the garage, but they're coming out. The whole back of the house is slightly changing. We're pitching this roof, so more to come on the designs probably in the next episode.
Okay guys, so now we're upstairs, so we're going to head into my office first. So this is my office at the moment. Again, we've got an interesting patterned carpet. But we had a bit of an accident in here a couple of weeks ago when we had the boiler fitted. Our radiator actually exploded. When the plumber started to pressurise the system again, there was obviously like a little crack around the back, and our plumber said he'd never seen anything like it. It cracked and there was water squirting up, hitting the ceiling, on the carpet, and the plumber's son, bless him, he had his finger over this hole trying to like just stop the water. It was pretty horrendous, but thankfully nothing got damaged. And again, we've got a couple of pieces of furniture in here that we were left by the previous owner. A desk and a storage / filing cabinet, and also a safe down in the corner. They did have charity shops come and clear some of the furniture out before we bought the house, but they said that it wasn't even worth attempting to take this because it's so heavy. They've got no idea how the owner actually managed to get it in this room. But the filing cabinet behind you is beautiful. Again, like everything, needs a little bit of TLC, but I just don't think you can get furniture like this nowadays that's got the details of the keys and the handles. I've got all my samples and stuff in there. Adam calls this my arty farty room, but I like it. So I've got my easel and my samples and everything. But yeah, this room will be the next on the list.
Okay, so let's head into the master bedroom next. We thought we could just make a little bit of a change to the room and then move into it, but it's now our storage room. We ripped all the wallpaper off. We've got a bit of a clip and we can show you us doing that, but all of the plaster fell off above here with the lintel. It's really bad. I mean, I can get my fingers in some pieces of this up here. One of the other issues that we found when we were actually ripping the wallpaper up is this, and it felt damp at the time. We found it behind the wardrobe. So it's, we think, a cavity chimney from downstairs, but basically it's coming in through the roof. We need to get up onto the roof, have a look, see what the issue is that's causing it and coming through. But it's not damp now. However, we're not too sure of what is up there and definitely need to take a look at that.
Okay, so coming out of the master bedroom, we've then just got a storage cupboard here, and that's going to house our water tank. And then going into the bathroom, like all the other rooms, there has been some questionable decisions within here. So we've got some crazy shower pipe work. We've got the chicken tiles, which I didn't actually know was a thing until the plumber came, and he was like, oh yeah, well, this is the chicken, and we call it chicken tiles because that's its head, that's its beak, that's its body, and that's its feet. And I mean, who came up with that? But anyway, we've just got like an electric shower. It's just, again, all a bit old-fashioned and grim. We've then also got a cupboard and towel rail, which we're definitely putting drunk. Right, and then coming from the bathroom, we're going across here, and this is the second bedroom, but this is the room that we're staying in now. So we've got our bed in here, and again, this is the window that's actually okay. But in this room, we actually had bees in the wall. Now we've got a little some extra footage that we can show you from that. But yeah, they come in through a gap outside in between like the window, and they come in. So we had like a few weeks where we could hear buzzing at night. And we're like, oh my God, what is this? We thought it was wasps. So Adam hung out the window, put the GoPro outside so we could actually see what was coming in, because obviously wasps are a major issue. But anyway, it's bees, it's fine. We also just had to get some temporary wardrobes. We had some clothes rails for a while, but the look of them was driving me insane. So again, that'll be something that I upcycle later down the line, get some sort of like sunken handles, repaint them, because there's nothing wrong with an IKEA hack. And then again, we've got some other furniture that was left by the previous owner. And again, everything that's left is just the quality. You just can't get stuff like this anymore. So again, this will be an upcycle project for me.
Do you want to see the last room of the house? We've finally made it to the end. So we may have started a little bit on the renovation already and not filmed too much of it, but I think we've got some before pictures. Whitewashed the walls, we've put a few shelves up, but ultimately transformed my office into somewhere that I'm happy to spend every single day. I work from home. It was a little depressing working in a very old and decrepit room, so it was nice to get a few of my bits in here, like my bike, and just sort of spin out on a day. Yeah, it's really nice to just now enjoy the room, so I can't wait to get started on some of the other rooms. This is upcycle from IKEA, really simple. Again, we didn't film this, but we should have definitely filmed it. It was a really like brown, pale drawer unit that we simply took from my uncle and gave it a lick of black paint, and away you go. Yeah.
He's also nicked all my plants. I keep telling him he needs to look after them, but some of them...
They're all right, they're healthy.
So that concludes the house tour. You've seen everything now and you know exactly what we're working with.
Yeah, next week's episode is all about the planning and the designs that we've had done. I know you saw a little bit of them downstairs in the dining room, but
there's more to come.
So what do you think, guys? Let us know down in the comments.
Thanks for coming along with us on the house tour.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
See you on Monday.